All right, Shalom. Giving all praises to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. And double honors to the apostles, bishops, elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to you, hopefully elect. It's your brother Yahweh Call from Great Millstone, Orlando. And just real quick, because Babylon being just like the title says, the seething pot. America is nothing but a big pot of just undefiled, just gumbo, just a pot of just filth and abominations, confusion is what I meant to say, and being that we are in the midst of prophecy, things are happening, of course, as always. It's too much to keep up with, more and more things are, the Lord is speeding these things up. And I was just meditating, because just paying attention to what's going on concerning World War III news, which this video is not going to be about World War III, but like I said, just meditating and watching things from with the spiritual lens. It kind of just, to me, it kind of just makes sense with everything that's happening dealing with World War III news, the wars and rumors of wars. Did a video the other day just touching on some things dealing with China and Russia, and the Lord is definitely moving things into place. And being that we are this is election year, all right, it kind of makes sense dealing with these other nations, as far as them making moves and things happening before Trump gets into office, if he gets into office, because everyone knows by now, or should know, dealing with the last election, or I should say rather selection, that pretty much everything was rigged. Everything was rigged. Everyone pretty much knows that by now. And again, being that we're in an election year, and it seems like all odds are against Trump getting back in office. I was watching this, seen that this guy Trump was pretty much, he was not indicted, but found guilty on those charges, which when you look into it, because that's just one of many ways, one of many forms of trying not to get this guy back in office, if he does get back in office. Because like I said, all odds are against Trump getting in office, and this is just one of many forms. Because, matter of fact, let me get this real quick, because I'm kind of all over the place, but I just wanted to get this out now while the Spirit is on me, while the Spirit is hot. Matter of fact, let me get this in Isaiah chapter 47. Isaiah 47. Because people are waking up, nevertheless. Well, people more and more are starting to see past Esau, the past his bullshit. People are starting to see past his bullshit. His witchcraft is wearing off. Isaiah 47. Bear with me. Isaiah 47 in verse, what's that, 12? Yeah, Isaiah 47 and 12. Stand now with thine enchantments, and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so, thou shalt be able to profit. If so be, thou mayest prevail. Thou art wearied in the multitude of thy counsels. Let now the astrologers, the stargazers, the monthly prognosticators stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee. So Esau, like I said, his witchcraft, his enchantments, all the spells that he's putting out, for the most part, it's not as effective as it used to be. You know, and like I said, people are waking up. And now, what am I talking about? Is, like I said, when you go to when you go into this whole situation with Trump being found guilty of all those charges, people are waking up to the fact that there's been a lot of twisting and turning dealing with the so-called law. You know, Esau twisted his own laws to pretty much get this man found guilty of these charges, and people are seeing that. You know, and there's a lot of red flags. You know, dealing with that. You know, Esau twisting and turning his own laws, trying so hard to keep this man, to get this man and you know, found guilty of those charges. All right, because nevertheless, you know, the pot is being stirred, and that's why I titled this the way that I titled it. You know, the pot is being stirred. You know, and this thing is going to boil over. Again, being that we are in election year. All right, it's no secret that the majority of Americans they're for Trump. There's you know, there's no secret. You know, most of these Americans are for Trump. You know, and like I said, all odds are stacked against this guy. You know, and not getting back up in office. You see, you know, a lot of these Americans, man, they're already on edge. They're willing to fight, man, for this guy. They wanted to fight for the so-called freedom, and you know, they wanted to fight for this country. So Americans are already on edge as it is. You know, it's going to be interesting to see how these elections how they play off. It's going to be real interesting. And I was making a point dealing with World War III, as far as World War III, because again, this isn't World War III news, but like I did the other day, the video, just going into some World War III news. Things are happening fast. You know, these nations, they're moving, they're making moves through the Spirit of the Lord, and it just had me thinking, you know, they might make a move before these elections, because we know that, you know, when Trump was in office, hey, he was, for the most part, you know, he was, because we know this guy Biden, he's weak. You know, this whole administration, they're weak. You know, but when Trump was in office, hey, he was speaking out against these nations, man. He was talking his shit. You know, Trump wasn't. He really wasn't playing games with these other nations. You know, so it makes sense that, you know, as far as these nations, and they're making moves, and they're making moves rather quickly. They could do something before these elections, so-called elections. All right, before Trump, you know, possibly gets in office, if he does get in office, you know, they can make a move before then. You know, of course, we'll just have to wait and see. But like I said, it's going to be rather interesting. These elections, man, it's going to be rather interesting. It's going to be real interesting to see how this plays out. You know, because like I said, man, everyone knows by now, or should know, that the last elections were rigged, man. It was all set up, you know, and it's a psychological warfare, you know. It's a psychological warfare, you know. Esau's playing minds on the games of the people, you know. Because on another note, you know, again, going back to Trump and how he's, I think they're going to appeal it, if I'm not mistaken. I think Trump is going to, in fact, appeal this appeal. But the fact that, again, this guy, they found him guilty, you know. So now he's basically going to be labeled a felon, right? And like I said, majority of the people are already for Trump as it is, but divisions, more divisions, because who's to say, like I said, the fact that Esau, he puts those narratives out there, what's the word? Making it seem like this guy's a bad guy, which, listen, I'm not advocating for this devil, but just the assassination of character, I think that's what they call it, assassination of character. Now this guy's labeled a felon, and who's to say, people that go to vote for Trump, right? You're gonna have other people looking at like you vote for that felon and he's a criminal, and it's just more division. Like I said, it's a psyop, man. It's psychological warfare. Just more. All this, all in all, is going to lead to more chaos. All right, more confusion. That's why, again, I titled this the way that I titled it. More chaos, more confusion. I'll be, because those of us in the know, we spiritually speaking, we're sitting on the outside, man, and just watching the shit. We got our spiritual popcorn. There was a one saying, there was this saying, oh man, how does it go? There's a saying, you want comedy, watch politics. And a lot of us never really got into politics before the truth, but the more we grow in this thing, just for because we gotta, in this thing of ours, we gotta watch all things. We gotta cover all, we cover all aspects, and that includes getting into politics and things of that nature. But if you want to watch, you want a good laugh, get into politics. Watch watch politics. Get into politics, right? Matter of fact, I'm gonna get this, because I saw the one video where these women, and this is why women don't need to be in any type of power. They were roasting each other and whatnot. They were roasting each other, going back at it, going back and forth. Like I said, you want some comedy, you want a good laugh, man. Get into politics. But I'm gonna get this in Isaiah 19 and 11. Surely the princes of Zoan are fools. The counsel of the wise counselors of Pharaoh is become brutish. How say ye unto Pharaoh, I am the son of the wise, the son of ancient kings? Where are they? Where are thy wise men? And let them tell thee now, and let them know that the Lord of hosts hath proposed upon Egypt. Verse 13. The princes of Zoan are fools, are become fools. The princes of Noph are deceived. They have also seduced Egypt, even they that are the stay of the tribes thereof. So you see, man, it's all confusion. It's a shit show, And again, quite frankly, this nation is divided. More division, because this is going to stir the pot even more, dealing with this whole situation with Trump and being found guilty. All right. The stage is being set for Lord willing, a hectic. Like I said, these elections, man, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting, man, to see how this plays out. Matter of fact, verse 14: the Lord hath mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit. So you see, man, that perverse spirit. The spirit of Egypt, I think that tells you that in this chapter. The spirit of Egypt is failing. All right, this place is on its way out. Matter of fact, yeah, verse 3. Matter of fact, let's start at verse 1. Isaiah 19 and 1. Because like I said, it's just the way I see it, man. It's gonna be more grounds for civil war, civil unrest. Isaiah 19 and 1. The burden of Egypt. Behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. So you see, because there's a lot of there's a crying for wine in the streets, man. People are, it's a beautiful thing, being that we're in the midst. Where we are in that transitionary period. And what do I mean? Well, the scriptures say, it's better to be in the house of feasting, Slaki. It's better to be in the house of mourning than to be in the house of feasting. Well, we're here in the house of feasting. But more and more, our mourning is being slackened. We're in the house of mourning, but more and more, our sorrow is being turned into joy. And these people, though you still got the days that you still got the distractions and things of that nature, but that's only going to do but for so long, because like I said, they even with the distractions, it's wearing off. Reality starting to set in for everyone, and the fact that America's falling, Babylon the Great is falling. It is falling as we speak, and we're currently in the midst of this fall. We're currently in the transitionary period of, like I said, our mourning is being turned into joy. And as reality is set in for these people, they're being in that festival spirit, that joyous spirit is being turned into sorrow, mourning. People are crying out, and hey, we're with it, because like I just read verse 1, hey, one thing's going to lead to another. All right. It's going to, all roads lead to Yahushua coming and delivering us, getting us the hell up out of this place. So we're with it. Verse 2, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. Because again, this whole place is divided. All right. The stage is being set for chaos. The Lord willing, like I said, it's going to be a hectic, hellish elections, man. It's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. Verse 3 says, and the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols and to the charmers and to them that have familiar spirits and to the wizards. So that's the point. All right. The spirit of Egypt is failing. All right. The spirit of this place is through. And that's why, man, people, they're going to lose their mind, and they're going to lose their mind, man, because this is the best thing they've got going for them. Which that's a scary mindset. You think this is the best thing with all this inflation, which is soon going to turn to hyperinflation. It's bad, man, and it's only going to get worse. As we've been saying for years, start from the top. It's only going to get worse. That's why these people, man, they're just about to lose it. They're about to lash out. About to take their frustrations out on any and everyone, everything. This is going to be total chaos out here. But Jeremiah 1, verse 13, and the word of the Lord came unto me the second time, saying, what seest thou? And I said, I see a seething pot, and the face thereof is toward the north. Talking about here, all right, North America, the Americas, right? Verse 14, it says, then the Lord said unto me, out of the north and evil shall break forth upon all the inhabitants of the land. So it's only a matter of time. Like I said, the Lord is moving everything into place. All right. But dealing with the seething pot real quick, because a seething pot, obviously that's basically a pot that's boiling, right? Or it comes to that boil to the point where it's about to spill over, right? Well, that's the point. That's the thing. This thing it's about to spill over. All right. Because America is a seething pot, and this shit is about to blow over 10 times over, 100 times over. And when you go into that seething, it also goes into anger. It also goes into anger. And clearly we see the look on the face of these people, man. These people, like I said, they're getting ready to blow, man. They're getting ready to snap. Everyone's getting ready to snap. You can feel it. You can sense it. That's why, hey, brothers, man, you got to be careful how we move out here. We just got to be careful. Got to be circumspect. Just be careful. People are getting into shootouts in the middle of the highway and just all type of stuff, man. People are losing it. Everyone's frustrated, right? And it's just a matter of time before these people eventually, man, they take their frustrations out on one another. They're going to start going after these politicians and leaders and, these governors, people that are supposed to be looking out on the behalf of the average civilian, man, the average citizen. Civil unrest, civil unrest, man. People are going to take matters into their own hands, right? There's going to be lawlessness, total anarchy. It's going to be crazy out here, man. But that was just real quick, man, just a few words. Like I said, to recap, going back to it just makes sense to me, dealing again, being that we're coming up on these elections, And like I mentioned, with all these nations, man, it's possible. It's possible that they could make a move. That's why they're moving so quick. Things are happening so fast. They could make a move before these elections, because if Trump gets back up in there, hey, Trump's not going to play that. He's not going to tolerate it with these other nations. So I mean, just a few things to be aware of, keep an eye out for. Just one day at a time, one day closer. And before we know it, we're going to be in the kingdom. So Lord willing, this was edifying. All praise to Yahweh Shai. Shalom to you, hopefully.